Right.
Yeah. Giving it licks.
Oh, that's the stage show.
Yes.
Tell us all about it. What's in it?
Well, it's Scot Alan Cumming's Not Acting His Age, and it's a sort of an old-fashioned cabaret. You know, I've got my band, as you see, and I tell stories and sing songs all under the sort of theme of ageing and getting older, something we're all doing.
We are all doing it.
We're all doing it.
You're not acting your... In what way are you not acting your age, do you think,
Well,
Alan?
I think that I realise that we're all sort of told how we should behave as we get older. And I think not acting your age is sort of just not saying no to that and just saying, I'm going to stay curious and I'm going to be open to life. That's all it is.
What do you think's expected of you as you hit 60 in the normal world?
In the real world, I mean, sort of that thing that you don't sort of, you stick to a plan, you don't sort of go out dancing, you play golf, you wear cardigans. I'm wearing a cardigan today, but it's a ripped up one. It's things like that, the sort of code of what to wear, what to do, and not to kind of be curious. Yeah. I think that's the thing. People stop being curious.
And when people give in to their age, when they don't act their age, you do find they do look younger. Like, I don't think you look anywhere near your age.
Thanks so much. Somebody yesterday said to me that because I said I was, going to be the last person on American television not to have had Botox. And this lovely girl went, because, Alan, I hope you take this as a compliment. You look like you have had Botox.
Thank you.
And I was like, yeah, thanks, I think.
But don't you think, in general, 60 is different now, anyway, to it was, back in our parents' generation?
Well,
we're younger 60-year-olds.
Yeah, I mean, I think that thing of, when you get older, the goalposts change, of what you think. I never thought... When I was younger, a 6-year-old is not this. But I sort of think there's a danger in thinking 70 is the new 20. It's not. And I think especially when you look at the problem we're having in America with everybody, all these politicians staying on till they're like 1,000, I think we've also got to be reasonable and sort of think, maybe we should retire at some point and just have a nice time.
Well, it's something you're definitely not doing. What sort of stories do you tell in your show?
I tell a lot of... I talk about the various things that have happened to me and relate to age. I talk about people who've died. I talk about sex. I talk about going to the dermatologist, which is that's the one time when I do feel my age is when I go to the dermatologist. Because I'm, pale and I go a lot. And... I hope I'm allowed to say this.
Just say it.
Well, there's one. I get these mole checks, and because because I've got moles and pale and mole map, yes. Yeah. And so I was doing. And one time I was about to get. I was in the shower having a little check, and I was checking downstairs because there's an organisation I support called Cajonas Scotland, and they sort of encourage men to. Their catchphrase is check your balls because, like in the way that women check their breasts, it's good to check there because in case you have testicular cancer and all that stuff. So I was doing that and I saw these 2 little red dots on one of my testicles. And it was like someone had taken a red Sharpie and gone boop, boop on one of my balls. And someone may well have done that and I just didn't notice. And anyway, so I went to the dermatologist and I was like, what are these? It's like a little pimple. And he looked at it and he went, oh, Alan, that's nothing to worry about. That's just a normal part of scrotal ageing.
What? What? Well, the weird thing is they look old in the first place, don't
Seriously,
they?
I know.
You know what I mean?
That's right. They've looked old since you were an infant. But yes, scrotal ageing is a thing.
This is a Miriam conversation, you realise that?
I don't dare tell her.
Have you spoken to Miriam lately?
Yes, I spoke to her just yesterday. Well, we emailed just yesterday, actually. Yeah, she's... if you saw my WhatsApp thing with her, it would curl your hair.
Oh.
Well, this is you two on the road in your show together. I would love to be in that room with you two. How do you keep a straight face?
I don't. I just sort of... it's sort of... It's like having this sort of really fascinating, hilarious and demented granny with you, who also doesn't act her age, I was remembering the other day, because we deal with the public. We're in the public, eye all the time when we go out on this thing, and sometimes I've got to push her in her chair and things. And we deal with our interactions with the public in a very different way. I'm kind of like, hello, yes, and moving forward, always moving forward. She's like, hello, I'm Professor Sprout. Would you like a photograph? And when I'm pushing, I go, don't talk to anyone. Don't ask them. Don't say you want a photograph. No, we're not stopping. No.
Well, she loves you.
I love her. Yeah. She's a darling.
We got a clip of what she said about you when she came on last, actually. We wanted to show you.
He's a darling boy, he really is. A lovely boy. He's courteous and kind because he had to help me in and out of that camper van, which I was supposed to be driving. And then when we got in, we realised that it was a manual, and I can't do manual.
That's how she calls you still a boy.
That's so cute, yes. I know she can't do manuals. She hasn't done manuals in a while.
I love that side of you. It's the real side of you. When we see you in Traitors US, we see a very stern, scary Alan.
Yes.
You are doing the US version of the huge hits show, which don't give too much away because we're talking about Traitors a little bit later on.
Yes.
But what's it like doing the US version? And who's this guy?
I know, it's so hilarious. And I pretend like that it's actually my castle and everything. And that there I am, look at me. I sort of based it on, I wanted to be like a James Bond villain. And in this new season that comes out tomorrow in America, and then I think next week on the BBC iPlayer, I have my dog, because I said to them in the first meeting, I said, so you want me to be like a James Bond villain? Should I bring my dog so I can pat her? And they went, yes. But she wasn't allowed to come the first time because of her jabs were out of date or something. But in this new season, my dog Lala is in it with me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Your outfits are gorgeous.
I know,
it's
hilarious.
very gorgeous. But it is very similar to ours, and we're just going to compare the two a second. We've mashed some clips together.
This is a castle.
Highlands of Scotland.
Welcome to the beautiful Scottish Highlands.
And welcome to the Traitor.
Welcome
to the round table.
The round table. This is where it really begins.
So it's done in the same place,
It's
right?
done exactly the same. Like the first time the American one was first, and then Claudia came in, and it's the same company and everything. It's all the same, mostly all the same missions and everything. So and the same crew. So it's like last time I went in first, and then Claudia. And this time Claudia was first, and then I went in. So and I've never met her in real life. We just leave notes for each other on the makeup mirror.
You've never met Claudia
Never met
Winkleman?
Claudia. No.
And you do the
Claudia.
US version, she does the English version.
dinner.
Yes, that has got to happen. That has got to happen.
And the American one, they're all reality stars.
Yes. Yeah. So in the first season, it was 10 real people, civilians, and 10 reality stars. And this time, it's all reality stars. And even John Bercow, the former Speaker of the House of Commons, he's in it.
What?
I know, it's nuts.
And Ekin-Su.
Ekin-Su from Love Island is in it.
Wow.
Yeah, there's 2 British people. And then the rest of them are all like, housewives of blah, blah, and everything, and The Bachelor and all those things.
Just quickly, how would you approach the game if you were a contestant?
I would just be charming. I would smile and be a villain.
Well, you wouldn't have a problem there.
Not
you
a
would
problem
not have a
to
problem
you.
there.
We love having you coming in, you know.
thank
It's just
you.
always
So nice
a
to see
joy.
you
It
again.
really-
There's no bottle of wine at your trousers.
No, last time I stole a load of the wine from the wine tasting I gave to him, and he took it.
trousers.
It was down my
It was so impressive.
It was briefly impressive.
Alan Cumming is not acting his age in London on Monday, and then you're going to be
Monday and Tuesday, and in Manchester and in Glasgow.
Lovely. Pleasure to have you on, Alan.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Nice
you.
to
He's a naughty
Thank you.
boy, isn't he? Thank you so much, Alan.
Thank you.
Thank you. Right, coming